Yes, yes, yes. I've got my phone. Let me take some water. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? Are we living and loving the t-shirts? You guys are absolutely living and loving the t-shirts. We have them on the website. We have them in blue. We have them in cream. We ship internationally, my darlings. We have them from a size small all the way to a 4X. And we've already sold out of some of the sizes. Don't worry, I have already ordered more. I've also ordered black t-shirts from the former collection. What is delayed is not denied, my darlings. That is the mojo here. My Caucasian followers have also asked for a t-shirt. And I want to say thank you for all of the love and support. You make up 48% of my channel. And then, of course, my sisters, 52% of my channel. This mama here was given to me as a gift. If you followed me for a long time now, you would know. And so I just reimposed this onto a t-shirt. We tried to make it a little bit different because that is not mine to prototype. Okay, so here we are. And here I am with a hot flash right in the beginning. Can you see? It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm going to be 57 in less than 10 days. So I'm going to see what I can do. You guys send me images and let me see what our team can do. Because I have to make sure that it's patterned and I can legally use it. It's not that straightforward. Okay? Alright, my darlings. Why are we here? I'll tell you why we are here. Fumi Nation sent me this about 100 times about these beautiful sisters who went to St. Maarten and one of them came back in a casket. Let us listen.
Hear about the woman from Miami who went on vacation with her sister and ended up coming home in a casket. Danisha Delancy was just 29 years old, born and raised in Miami, Florida. A certified baddie from Liberty City, she loved to go out, travel, and enjoy life. This March, they were planning to celebrate her sister Sincaria's 29th birthday by planning a trip to the island of St. Maarten with another friend for the very first time. The three young ladies booked a beautiful Airbnb on the Dutch side of the island along with a private driver. As soon as they arrived on the island, they went to their Airbnb, got cleaned up, and immediately went out to have fun at a day party. Later that night, they went to a club called the White Rabbit, and they met a man from Trinidad who was now living in St. Maarten. He was being very generous and making sure that they were well taken care of. So, by the time the night ended, they told their private driver that they didn't need him anymore, and they decided to ride home with this man because he had also booked an Airbnb just a few doors down from theirs. They made it back to the room. The birthday girl and their friend Sasha went inside, while Danisha decided she was going to hang out with the men a little bit more. The plan was for them to go back to his Airbnb and hang out, but instead he drove her back to the club, and Danisha never made it back to her sister again. Her sister tried calling Danisha's phone over and over again, but there was no answer. Some hours later, they got a call from their private driver asking them if they were okay, and the girl said yes, but Danisha never made it back from hanging out with that man. When the driver heard this, he said, "Oh no, that man you were with, he was found dead early this morning." When the police first arrived on the scene, they thought it was just another traffic accident. But as they investigated, they saw that it was way more than that. Inside the car, they found a male driver and a female passenger, and they were both unresponsive. But when they investigated further, they realized that the crash was not the cause of their deaths. Police learned that the driver, Quincy Damon Sylvester, was a local businessman who was also suspected of being a drug lord, and police believe this murder was a targeted hit to execute him. Police say they found camera footage showing that there were some unknown men following Quincy around the club all night long. These men allowed them to leave the club and go all the way back to the Airbnb, but when they returned, they took their shot and got their man. Danisha just happened to be with him.
This brought chills. right down my spine. Adrian? Ula? Okay. Adrian is still on Easter bricks. He's in the next room playing. It brought chills down my spine. Before I start, let us have a little story time. I know how much you guys love story time, so listen to the story. It was in 2008. Wow, it's almost 20 years ago. I went to Italy with a girlfriend. Hello to my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Italian brethren. I send you all of my love. You have one of the most beautiful countries I have ever set my eyes on. And we had decided that we were going to have a wonderful holiday for 2 weeks. We ended up staying there for a month. Before we left, we said to each other and promised each other that we would be together, that we would not leave each other, and that we would come back to the United States, because I was living in California and she was living in New York. Look, I forgot to wear earrings. And she was living in New York. And so we had planned, I came to New York and then we left from New York to Italy. And we had planned that we would come back to the United States together. So off we went. And we went to Milano, we went to Capri, we went to the Mediterranean coast, around through the Mediterranean coast. It was a phenomenal time. Phenomenal time. We met both men and women that showed us unbelievable amounts of love, affection, generosity. I will always have that in my heart. That particular holiday, it was unbelievable. But I tell you this, it was as if we had like a stamp on our heads. We were black. We dressed differently because our clothes were from the United States, and we had different accents. So we stood out. It came to a point where we really became used to it. And again, like I said, both men and women, they would come up to us. They would touch us. They would ask us where we were from. So we were very aware that we stood out. And we were both single at the time. So there were so many guys that came, your number, your number, your number, your phone number. Of course, my phone was American. My friend had I think she bought a phone there, said, Fumi, I will just use this phone, we'll just use this. I said, okay, fine. So if a guy came to me, I would tell them to leave the phone number with my friend, as well as her collecting numbers from guys and stuff like that. We'll call you guys later. We'll call you guys while we're here, and we would correspond back and forth. That was what we did. We got into clubs, yes, for free. We ate for free. We were given free clothes, everything. Even I think we stayed in a hotel extra 2 days. This was the generosity of our Italian brethren. And I still say thank you to this very day. And that was how we extended our holiday for an extra 2 weeks. The money that we had, we would have gone home long time ago. But the generosity stretched us for 2 months. Needless to say, there was a particular guy that liked my friend, and he called her every single day. You have to understand, this was 2008, so we did not have, Ula, what do you call it? Yes, the world was very different. So all we could do was communicate on the phone without seeing his face, her face. We did not even know 90% who we were talking to, but if they had the number, we know we gave it to them. Let me say it that way. And so this particular guy called my friend every single day while we were there. I think this guy happened to be in Capri, but he was only there for a couple of days, and so he had left. At least that was the gist that we got. But he declared so much love for her. So, and I was happy for her. I was really, really happy for her. Let's call her Capri. Let me call my friend Capri. I was really happy for Capri. And she was American. She had been born and raised in America. And she said, for me, I have never seen this. I really don't mind relocating to Europe, being here, this, that, and the third. It was time for us to go back to the States. And Capri came to me and said, Fumi, this guy says he's going to come to Rome, because I think we had gone to Rome. We were leaving from Rome. I think it's so many years now, I've forgotten, or Milan, one of the two anyway. And she said she was staying behind. He was going to come and meet her in Milan or Rome. And I looked at Capri and I said, Capri, you know we promised each other that we would go home. Do you think that it could be a possibility for him to come to the States? And she said, for me, I need to know. I need to know. I need to see this guy. I want to wait. I want to stay behind. And I want to see him. And I will decide from there. He has already paid for a hotel room for myself and a hotel room for himself in the same hotel. They were very polite and nice like that. They were not aggressive. They were just, it was a lot of love. I saw that for myself. I loved my friend. I did not see any danger. I did not. And I was in my 30s, late 30s, because I met Ulla the following year. 2008, I met Ulla 2009. So I was 38. And I wished her the very best. Because quiet as is kept, I did not know that the holiday would turn out to be what it was, which was absolutely delightful. So I said, let me go. You let me know, and I'll be back for the wedding, I guess. Because again, I was going to California and she lived in New York. I went back to New York, went to go and see my friends, see my sister, and from there I made my way back to California. My girlfriend called me about 2 days after I had arrived. The guy that she had been speaking to for the entire month, and the guy that was speaking to my friend for the entire month, was actually thought he was speaking to me. And so when he met, he said, I'm speaking to the wrong one. He let her have the hotel room, and he actually saw her, to the airport to go back home. There was nothing I could do. She was my friend. I didn't know him. I didn't speak to him. It was just a lost relationship. I didn't pursue it, and that was that. I say this because I don't blame Danisha. It's a terrible thing that happened to her. I don't blame her. But I want all of you girls to be careful, because it can end in a way that you cannot foresee. And I want to tell you, no matter what country you come from, Black, you stand out. You're beautiful. Your accent, your clothes, you will stand out. And sometimes you become a target. In this instance, I don't think the guy meant anything by Danisha. It just so happened that he was a kingpin in the drug industry. And so he had a target on his back. I also believe, had he known that, he would not have pursued or, had fun with these girls. And when I say fun, I mean playing with them, laughing with them. It's never the locals. I have been to St. Maarten and to St. Maarten. I went there, I think in 1999. Beautiful. It's like a fantasy. And again, you stand out. You stand out. My girlfriends that came for my wedding in Norway, they went through Amsterdam. And there were other wedding guests who said, I saw your girlfriends in Amsterdam. I didn't speak to them, but when I saw them, tall, model-esque, black, I knew they were coming to Norway for the wedding. You stand out. Always stick together. Don't ever be apart. Don't go with other guys. I am very happy to say that when we were in Italy for the 3 months, for the 1 month, we did not go with other guys. Either you sat with us, laughed with us, and that was it. But we did not go to your hotel rooms. We did not go to their rooms or to their houses. We didn't even go in their cars. No, we did not. Because we don't know the city enough to know where we're going, and maybe you're going into danger. I am so sorry, baby girl, that you lost your life this way. I'm so sorry. It could have happened to anybody. And the only way that you can protect yourselves, don't go to their rooms. Don't go in their cars. The private driver that you had was there for a purpose. Because he can see danger, sight danger, protect you from danger. And look now, he even called the following morning to say, are you guys okay? The locals are safe. The locals know that you bring income into their countries. So they're nice to you and everything. But it's people that come and settle there. And usually for all these druggies and stuff like that, they travel the drugs through these places. Very sophisticated and calculating. And so this girl just thought, he speaks English because it's half Dutch. I think half Dutch, half English. He speaks English. He's a brother. Let's laugh, da-da-da-da. I get it. You gravitate to your own all the time, no matter where you are in the world. As you see your own color, black, blue, green, polka dot, no matter what, you will gravitate to your own. The foreigners in Nigeria, Africa, they gravitate to each other because they are white and they're the minority in that country. So it's the same for us all over the world. I am so sorry. I'm innocent. Innocent, what do you know? You're just young girls having fun, laughing, playing, enjoying yourself, birthday vibes. And your heart is open. You're innocent. You don't know. So for everybody going for holidays, because we're in spring now, and there are all kinds of holidays coming up, birthdays, milestones, be careful. Be careful. Don't leave each other. I was guilty of that. I left my friend and I went home. Because I see in the comments, oh, she shouldn't have left her sister. You don't know. You didn't see. After all, they all saw him. There was no danger. He bought them drinks. They've bought me drinks many times. What are you talking about? Caviar, lobster. They bought for us. We ate. Allah foodie. Allah foodie is when you take something free. Yes, I did it. And I had a fabulous time and jumped in the pool and went swimming and all of these things. I had a fabulous time on the generosity of my hosts that were in Italy. But I see the danger and it's not funny. Don't do it. Don't do it. My heart goes out to the family, to her sister. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I saw the coffin, the most beautiful presentation for your journey back home, Danisha. I've never seen anything so beautiful. Because you always see them black and dark. Maybe because she was young, it was white, the beautiful angel. so that they can see you on your way home. God bless you. God bless your family. My deepest condolences. It was nobody's fault. And we should never forget this lesson. All of my love, my darlings, and be safe. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you sooner than later.
My name is ENITAN, hair coach. I am UK's first ever hair coach and a trichologist. We are a team of trichologists and hair coaches here in W6 London, and we help those who are desperate and have tried and everything else has failed. We look after those who have chronic scalp concerns, flaky, itchy scalp that's been going on for many years. We help those that have hair loss that has progressed instead of improved, and we help those that just generally want to have a better understanding of better quality hair, length, volume, and reduce that dryness. Visit us by clicking